Yeah, it's me, Uncle Ricky. Hey, look, let's talk about Ron DeSantis in Florida and this state bill. I think it's 17, 18, something like that. Um, Basically, Ron DeSantis has gone full fascist, full Nazi. He's gotten the support of the Republican majority state house to generate a bill that's basically going to treat undocumented aliens much like the Nazis treated the Jews and the Gypsies and the homosexuals uh, before and during World War II. In other words, he has given law enforcement the ability or the mandate to, anytime they think a person may be not native, not born here in this country, the right to demand their documentation. And if they don't have documentation, they automatically get turned over for deportation. Now, the the local law enforcement, state law enforcement, have always been iffy about how they participate in helping federal agencies deport undocumented migrants. It varies all across the country. Now, in Florida, migrants, and I don't understand why these people don't want to admit it. They try to say that migrants are such a burden, that we spend so much money on migrants. That's why we put them on buses and send them other places, or put them on planes and send them. That's not why you do that. You do that to stunt to make the fucking MAGA base love your nut ass for your racial insensitivity, or your basically out and out unadulterated racism. But what happens is these migrants have filled a gap in Florida, much like they have in Arizona and California and New Mexico, doing jobs that American white and black people don't want to do for whatever reasons, whether they feel they better than doing that type of stuff, or whether they just too lazy to do it. Yeah, I said the word lazy. But it applies to all Americans, not just black Americans. It applies to all Americans. Because we have become so accustomed to our greatness, we think that a lot of things, especially when it comes to manual labor, is beneath us. Now, the thing with the Florida undocumented migrants, this bill is like, you can't go to the hospital without being asked for your status. Are you a resident, or are you an undocumented alien? You can't ride in a car, even if you riding with a legal resident. If you get pulled over, they can ask the passenger if they documented, and if they find out they not documented, away goes the passenger, but also the operator of the car now faces legal prosecution. So now, I mean, it's to the point, like, if you've been here but you got undocumented family, you can't even ride around with your family without taking a chance of everybody going to jail. Migrants are saying, well, look, we left this kind of this is why we came to America, to get away from this shit in our own country. And if Ron DeSantis is going to do this in the state of Florida, we packing our shit up and we going somewhere else. Now, whether they get received any better somewhere else, or they come out, finding peace and finding a path to citizenship somewhere else, I doubt it. Because racially, we're an insensitive country when it comes to non-Americans. And it's just that we have been taught, doesn't matter what race or ethnicity you originated from, or descended from, we are taught and bred that we are Americans. We better than everybody else, regardless if we are so poor that we don't have a pot to piss in or a window to throw it out of. We better than you. Just like poor white people were always bred to be better, to think that they are better than the black man. Well, it's carried over. It's just been Americanized. Now, what's going to happen? The economy of Florida, and it's already showing up. I mean, you can see it, whether you believe in social media or not. Social media is instantaneous, and for the most part, it cannot be spun. It might be a lie. They might be trying to spin something else with a lie, but when the truth comes out on social media, it cannot be stopped in time enough for it to be disseminated too far to exercise effective spin control on the situation. That's why they want to do away with TikTok. That's why any social media, they want it in the hands of a rich, white, egomaniac like Elon Musk. You know? Because they know the viewpoint that this person is going to have, and they know the viewpoint that they're going to instill in their company, and it's going to be positive for the right-wing conservative. But the thing is, with DeSantis, in his efforts to, I guess, garner the few permanently into his camp, he's going to kill his entire state. And he's going to cost the people that backed him, that put him in there, which it probably served them right for putting this dickhead in there. They could tell he was an asshole. They could tell he was a dickhead. But because he promised to be pro-business and make everything good for the upper crust, they went on and put him in there. Oh, you're not going to pay taxes, we're going to tax the poor. You're not going to have to put up with this, you're not going to have to put up with that. You know, crime's not going to exist in your neighborhood because we're going to put, 10 times the patrols, 10 times the security in your neighborhood. All you people down in the villages, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. We're going to take care of your old white asses. It's not a problem. And they love him for that. So, but because of their love, they have allowed him to go completely overboard. Because, he talked the shit that they wanted to hear. Now that he's in there and he's doing the things that they thought that he should be doing, and they're finding out how fucked up they were in the head, and it's too late to stop him, and it's going to hurt them, not only now and in the end. Contractors, we ain't got no workers. They ain't showing up because they're scared to be fucked with by the police. Not ICE. They scared to be fucked with by local cops, county sheriffs, and Florida state law enforcement. Because DeSantis and his cronies have made this law. People won't go to the hospital because they don't want to get deported because, they got a stomachache. It's unfair, it's insane, but in the end, Florida is going to pay the cost as much as the people that the law was designed to hurt. Florida is an agricultural and tourist economy. There's lots of military there. There's some high tech there, but it's specified into certain industries, and a lot of the people that work in those industries are not local. They come from out of state because of their skills, their education, or whatever. Floridians live off of tourism, and agriculture. And a large part of the workforce that are in these two major industries, especially in the trenches and the rank and file, are undocumented migrants because they work for less and they bitch less than native-born Americans. Oh, hell yes, it's illegal. But the federal government has turned a blind eye because it's all You get a staff full of undocumented migrants in your restaurant or working on your farm. Your bottom line goes up because you don't have to put up so much money into salary. You ain't paying no benefits to start with. They don't expect no benefits. They just want enough money to eat and to live and survive in their struggle to reach a better day. And now Ron DeSantis has killed that. They're going to move in search of something else, and there's going to be nobody to fill the gap because us native-born Americans, either that work is too demeaning, too hard, physically hard, or we just too fucking lazy. We not built for that shit no more. So look, it's a screwed up situation, but it is. It's a human catastrophe. And it's a symphony in hate, and Ron DeSantis is being the lead conductor. And I just hope Florida survives the symphony, because y'all gonna feel it, and you deserve to. Well, that's it for me. This is Uncle Ricky. I'm gonna say goodbye for now. Peace out, and God bless. And whatever you do, think about it before you do it. See you.